I'm James Viles and we go off-grid, exploring the land in search of the best ingredients. There's always a few characters along the way and a bit of adventure around every corner. It's a big and beautiful country, but the only way you're going to see it is if you go far and wide. This is Australia. This is Off-Grid Kitchen. So we're wheeling into an orchard in Berrima, just near Barrow, and this orchard is an all year round orchard, and at the moment there should be some chestnuts. Alex told me there's some chestnuts here, maybe some persimmons, fig leaves, nushy pears, all of these things I'd like to use this week to make some dishes with, hopefully, and if not, eat in the car. But we'll just spin around here and see what we can track down. The orchard's pretty cool. Like, every single season is looked after it, so I'm pretty pumped to be going there on the way. And you know what? I won't tell you where we're going, but these figs will actually come in handy for one of the dishes we're going to cook over the next few days. I love figs when they're just starting to split from the sun and they're just jammy like this. They're best. Nushy pears. We'll use some of these on another dish. I just want a little bit of citrus for another dish. There is some limes and some bits and pieces down the bottom here that we'll need, so we'll grab some of those, and maybe some leaves as well. A couple of flowers on some of these dishes this week. Be pretty tasty as well, so we'll grab some of those. Amazing. We'll use that. All right, let's go and have a look for some chestnuts. I like chestnuts when they're a little bit green like this. The best way to pick some is to take a branch and then deal with them afterwards. Fresh chestnuts off the tree, nothing better. Let's have a look at these grapes as well. Could stay in this orchard for a whole day, honestly. So with a bucket full of gear, fruit, nuts, chestnuts, some figs. We ate breakfast in the orchard, which was awesome. Now we're on our way out to the forest, see if we can get some mushies. All right, let's go and get some mushies. When you're walking through the forest, just be careful where you're walking, because if you can see this one here, they grow underneath the pine needles. Always cut the mushroom, leaving the root system intact. And that there is an unreal little pine mushroom. Let's see how we go. There's got to be more. Where there's one, there's more. So always sort of start high, work your way down. And as you work your way down, there's going to be more. There's a lot here. This is great. Nothing better. I love being out here. Look at them all. All right, I reckon we have enough. Just a paintbrush and just go around, brush any sand. Just don't wet them. The worst thing to do is to wash them. And don't ever store them in an airtight container or anything like that. It's better to store them in something that's open to the air. Not even an hour's work, not even work really, not even an hour's play in the forest. And we've got enough ingredients to go on a journey for a couple of days and live off the land. Next stop, we're off to visit Luke and Pia to have a look at Marima ducks and also their pork out there. Hey Luke.
Hey mate, how are you?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Welcome. Good to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Yeah, mate. Well,
Wow.
I don't know if you've jagged the daylight today, but we've had a bit of rain and everything looks a little bit fresh at the moment, which is fantastic.
Yeah, look at this.
To green up.
It's amazing out here.
You've picked your timing perfect.
Yeah, it's a cracker of a day.
Mate, I can't wait to show you around.
Yeah.
Can't wait to show you what we're doing out here.
Yeah, well, let's get the gear off and go and have a look.
Beautiful.
Unreal. So I just thought I'd do you and the family up a little mushroom pasta with some duck. So when did you start?
What attracted me to this place is that no one had done anything with it. I had a 17-year no spray history out here.
Yep.
Moved in, educated full, no idea what I was doing, electrician from Sydney.
Yep.
And it just started with some chickens and then some pigs, and we were clearing a bit of blackberry with pigs, and then 8 pigs turned into God knows how many pigs. We let all the animals do the work out here.
Yep.
So essentially our cows do the grazing, ducks and chickens are our fertility, and then the pigs of course are for clearing the land or for clearing weeds, which had a huge weed problem here when we moved in.
Yeah, it's a very smart way to work, isn't it?
Well,
and a satisfying way to
totally.
work.
And it's the inputs into this method of farming are just so low, like electrical power, diesel power.
Yeah.
It's just minimal. It's just hands on the ground, employees,
Yeah.
good people, and some, like anywhere, a bit of hard work.
Yeah, a bit of elbow grease.
Yeah.
So these chestnuts I got from a local orchard this morning, and they're going to go in your duck sausage.
Beautiful.
A bit of lemon myrtle. These mushies go into the onions and the garlic, and they just keep cooking out. Do you want to tie it and I'll hold it? Just tie a knot.
How many blokes does it take to type of sausage?
Yeah.
Goal.
Look at that.
Fantastic.
These turnips are from your paddock,
Yeah.
and they're healthy.
Oh mate, they're unreal.
The best turnips I've seen in a long time. But why is there turnips all through your paddocks?
We use, part of the regenerative system is building ecosystems, whether it be with different animals or different insects, and this is a case of you need a variety of plants to create a decent ecosystem in your soil.
I mean, those leaves, you pay really good money for those in a restaurant like
That's
that.
what my cows are eating.
It's just amazing. The restaurant, the paddock down there is full of turnip everywhere, just like this. And they're sweet and crunchy, and they're going in the pasta dish. We're in the paddock where your ducks go, cooking a dish with some mushrooms that we got from the forest this morning, 30 kilometres up the road.
Yep.
Beautiful duck farmed on your property. Luke, I got some pasta I made last night with my little man at home.
Oh, beautiful.
But I don't re-cook it in the water. I like to cook that pasta in the pot with the sauces, because then it takes on all that flavour.
Yeah.
See that? You guys would eat some duck, wouldn't you? You'd have some duck. Yeah.
Close to my head. I've got a mouthful of pasta.
I've got a bit of duck skin hanging out my leg. I could have stayed at Luke and Pia's place talking ducks and pigs all afternoon, but we had to push down to the south coast, but not for a quick stop along the way. Gary, how are you?
Very good.
Good to see you. I really wanted to stop off in Crookwell and see Gary, and he grows these Andean gold potatoes that I really, really love. After saying g'day, we jumped in his truck and headed to the paddock that potatoes are grown in. Bloody hell. Look at them all. A few potatoes there, isn't it? And is it true that when you eat potatoes raw, they make you sick? No. People like,
Nah,
I've eaten.
you could some munching.
I could try that.
It was
couldn't
gold, man. Yeah. I think
Look
it
at-
make
Look
you
at the
sick.
colour. That's what I love, that colour.
Yeah.
They're like butter, they're buttery. Look at that. They're beautiful, aren't they? So we've got a car full of ingredients and the fridge is full. We're all set to go. I don't know what I'm going to cook with any of it yet, but that'll come on the drive. And on the way down, I see a sign for Shoalhaven River. So we pull off and go down there, and it's late afternoon. This other half a duck I had, I wanted to roast it over coals really gently with a little custom grill that I made. I'm doing the washing up here because my wife doesn't let me do it at home. If you do a bad enough job, you're not asked to do it again. Something about just you know, cooking with no time pressures and no time limits, and making time to do it properly, and like cooking over coals like this and just manipulating the heat where it needs to go by simply moving a metal skewer up and down and turning the fat side to the bone side, you know, to the cavity there to get heat into the cavity to cook that side. It's very, very therapeutic and relaxing, and it's just such a nice tactile way to cook. Oh, I love it. Come get some. Come get it. Look at it. So good. So really simple duck ramen. And apart from the Marima duck, the stock's the best part. It's really, really gelatinous, a bit fatty from all the duck bones. Well, very fatty from the duck bones, which is unreal. Bit spicy. I put some, I put like a rub on the duck, and the rub is made from a smoked chili powder that we do back at the restaurant. It's also got some fennel seeds, wild fennel seeds, and a little bit of coriander seed as well. So it's pretty flavorful. It's jam packed with flavor. That was a great spot. I was lying there cooking duck on the riverbed of the Shoalhaven, looking up at the stars and thinking, it was a big day. I'm absolutely knackered, but it was just such a great day of meeting great people who are all passionate about what they do, and that passion's infectious. After a big sleep, the next morning we got up and we got straight to it and went fishing on the Clyde River. So after fishing for a few hours and not having much luck, we decided to go back upstream, and as I'm going along I see a flash of green on the shoreline. So I pulled in to take a look. Nutty, look over there. I was boosting along here and I noticed some really vibrant green on the foreshore here, and I think it's a bunch of warrigal greens, which would be good for a little dish. And there's also heaps of oysters around here, so we might just have a little scout around and see what we can find. Let's go and have a look. There is a mass of warrigal greens. It's everywhere, as you can see. You pay a bloody fortune for this stuff in Sydney, and it's just growing. I mean, I've never seen so much of it, and it's the entire foreshore. I think we'll probably do a little oyster dish with them. But it's interesting, this whole forest, fires have been through here, and there's just epic amount of regrowth everywhere. It's unreal to see. You could live off this stuff for weeks. I don't know how your gut would feel, but this is full of water. It's full of nutrients. Let's get some oysters. Oh, so good. We've got some oysters here. We'll knock up a little dish. I've shucked all these oysters, and I've got some fruit here that we picked in the orchard on the way down here the other day. I've got a nushy pear, some of this. I just want to take some of these little bad boys here out. A little bit of lime. Just here I have some sea lettuce that I picked down near the boat ramp. Now we're just going to go on with our warrigal greens that we just got from behind me. This orange, I'm not going to take the fruit out of it. I'm just going to give it some zest over the top. It's already got enough citrus, this dish. I don't want to take away the flavour of those oysters. I carry this stuff everywhere. If I was catching a fish today, I'd probably eat it raw. Whenever I go on the boat, I take tamari and I take a little bit of citrus. And then this is chili oil that my daughter made with the 2 chilies that we've grown at home, all 2 of them. This is a snack that I take sometimes in the car, crispy nori leaves. It's delicious. It's so good. Took all of 5 minutes. So refreshing. It's just a simple salad. Pack some tamari, pack some citrus, and pack a little bit of dried seaweed. That's all you need. If you can find some other gear around, do that too. Maddie, come and have some of this with me. All right, so we're on our way back now. We're back up near Braidwood, and these potatoes, I've still got these Andean Golds from Gary that we picked up the other day. And I thought what we could do is clean out the fridge. Just cook something, clean out what's left in the fridge so that I don't have to do it when I get home. We'll give these potatoes of Gary's a wash. This region's very special to me. I grew up in this region, and to see all of these growers and all of these farmers doing so well, and they're also passionate about what they're doing, and they're all cutting edge at what they're doing too. They're leading the way in the practices that they have on their farms. It's an amazing thing to see. It's very important to see. For me as a cook, it's very important to get out and meet these producers and these growers, and also, you know, to find food in nature. You've got to get your hands dirty. You've got to go off grid, and I think we all need to venture out into regional New South Wales a little bit more. The only way you're going to experience it is if you get out there and go for a drive.